Oh yeah, that's fine. You can open. If you like, you can open this one before. Good evening, Mr. Howard.
Oh, you knew it was me. Thank you. I just wanted to know it was me. I'm under a different name, but thank you.
No,
Good
that's fine. That's fine, Mr. Howard. Please see 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good evening to everyone. First of all, let me wish everyone again a very happy spiritual day, a very happy spiritual evening. I wish that may you develop more in your Dhamma practice. So gradually we are moving forward in the practice. So we already started the second step of Vipassana. So in the second step of Vipassana, so we observe, we not only stop at our forehead, we started observing the other parts of your face. So your forehead, you started with your forehead. So first you have to continue, you have to observe this whole head area. Then after that, forehead, then eyebrows, then after that, the nose, then both the cheeks, then lower lip, so right cheek, left cheek, then after that lower lip, so lower lip, and finally the chin, right? Stop at the chin. So part by part, pitch by pitch, keep on observing all those parts, and whatever the sensations that you encounter, please be aware that all those sensations are bound to pass. With that understanding, keep on moving down, right? So then at the same time, you heard, so during the meditation, even during your day-to-day life too, time to time, so start being aware about your mind. So time to time, check whether you have negative thoughts with it, right? Negative thoughts means sometimes you have anger, but you don't know. Sometimes you have frustration, but since you don't check, you don't know. Sometimes you have fear, but since you don't check, you don't know. So at such times, check. And after checking, if you realize that if you have any such kind of a thought, negative thought, now this is the time to apply your understanding. So be aware that this thought is also bound to pass. I'm not going to let it overcome me. Instead, so manage your mind. So develop thoughts in a way to let all those negativities go. Let's suppose you have anger, for an example. So when you have anger and when you realize that you have anger, so manage your thoughts in a way to let that anger go. Number one, you have to understand this anger is not going to ever last. This is bound to pass away sooner or later. Because of this anger, I should not do anything silly, which can bring bad results for yourself and for the others. So, because of a changing emotion, which is not everlasting with me, I should not do anything wrong. So, first understand that this is impermanent. Number two, develop positive thoughts. So, understand. So, if I get angry, start seeing the bad side of it. So, let it be fear, let it be frustration, any negative thought, start to see the bad side of it. If I keep the anger with me, it will keep on growing. And it will keep on growing, and then what will happen? My happiness will go. When a negative thought overpowers your mind, the first thing that you lose is your happiness. And second thing that you lose is your peace. Right? So, therefore, as a wise person, it is not wise to keep such kind of thoughts with you. Right? Thinking like that, let that anger go. So, and start thinking the bad effects that can come if you stay with the anger. And sometimes, even though maybe there is a person who became the cause of your anger, which aroused your anger, but later on, if you don't care about it, if you don't try to let that go, what will happen is the other people who are not connected with that incident, they will face. So they will also have to face your angry reactions. You don't know, but it unconsciously happens. The way that you speak, it changes, right? Your demeanor changes, right? So everything changes. So then start thinking the results, the negative results, that negative effects of getting angry. Whenever, let's say, there is a rotten snake somewhere. There is a rotten snake. The snake has gone dead, and it's rotten now. Somebody takes that dead snake and keeps it on your neck. What do? Do you keep it, or do you keep it, or do you throw it away? You throw it away. Just like that, as a wise person, you have to see the negative thoughts as rotting snakes. And now rotting snakes, you don't keep it. So now there is the time to throw it away, right? Like that. So after seeing the negative effects that can come, you have to throw that negative thought away. So what do? First, if you have to forgive someone, then start forgiving. So start focusing on that person's good things, that the good side of that person. And start thinking about something good that person did to you. Because when you stay with that negative emotion, you are the one who will get affected, right? You are the one who will lose happiness. You are the one who will lose peace, right? So start thinking start thinking that way, and then focus on the positive things that person did for you. And then you will be able to forgive someone, right? Forgive someone. So then start appreciating so that thing, and think so think that that particular person also might have so to do a good action. Anybody has to spend time, right, to appreciate that the person who caused your anger, how that person dedicated time for you to that, to do that to do that positive action in the past. And then you will calm down, and then after that start spreading loving kindness to that person, right? Start spreading loving kindness to that person, and think good thoughts about that person, right? So share good wishes for that person. Then you and you will be able to come out. So don't keep any snake corpse on your neck. And the this practice, the understanding that this practice give you, it is not something that you should limit for your meditation time. It is something that you have to apply in your daily life. As a wise person, so you have to think, so whatever the understanding that you get, right, about impermanence, about suffering, about this changing phenomenon, about the no self nature, so all those things you have to apply in your life. So the best person is not the keeper of the knowledge. The best practitioner is the one who gains the knowledge and at the same time who apply that in your daily life, right? So before we start, let me tell you a small story. One old person in the past, this is an Indian folk tale, right? So one old person who was wealthy, so had 4 sons. Those 4 sons had 4 wives, and this wealthy person thought he is getting older and someday he has to pass on. After him, he was wondering, to whom should I give the key of this house? Then one day he asked on his 4 daughter-in-laws to come, and then talk to them, told them, right. And he also gave one handful of rice, paddy, not rice, paddy. So paddy becomes rice when you grind again. So paddy, 4 handfuls of rice, paddy, and told them, these are very precious rice. Whoever keeps this rice, this paddy with you when I come back, because I am going for a long trip. So I will come back around 2-3 months. After 2-3 months. So when I come back, whoever keeps this paddy with you, so that person will get the key of this house. So the eldest daughter-in-law, she thought, this old man has gone crazy. What is the importance of this handful of paddy? So let him go wherever he wants to go. So she threw the paddy away and told to herself, when he comes back, I'll take a new handful of paddy and give it to him and tell him, this is your paddy, right? Then the second daughter-in-law, the second elder one, she thought, oh, this paddy may be something special. Maybe this is holy. I should eat this paddy, and I think I will get a lot of blessings. You know, so India, so South Asia has a lot of beliefs, right? So not only South Asia, the whole Asia. So a lot of beliefs. So what she did, she ate all the paddy, even without grinding them, thinking that she will get a lot of blessings. Then, then she thought later when he comes back, I'll give him some other handful of pet. So then the third daughter-in-law, she was so eager to achieve the key of that house. So she thought, right, this paddy, somehow I have to preserve. So she made a special box and kept that handful of paddy inside and kept it at a very secret door. So fourth daughter-in-law, she thought, so I will start growing this paddy on a field. And later on, when the old person comes, so when the father-in-law comes, I will show this paddy field. So so what she did, she kept it in water, and when sprouts came, so she planted them in a field, and then so 2 months went so past. After 2 months or 3 months, that old person he came home, and he asked his daughter-in-laws to bring the handfuls of paddy that he gave. The first daughter-in-law brought the paddy, and right away he saw that it's me. He said, "Don't fool me. I am doing farming for a long time, so you can't fool me. This is new paddy." Same thing happened to the second daughter-in-law. And third daughter-in-law brought, so she thought for sure now the first two are eliminated, first two contestants are gone. I am the one who is getting it. Very proudly, she brought that secret box that which she specially made to keep paddy and disclosed it to to his father, to her father-in-law. And then father-in-law looked at that. That's good, he said, and asked the fourth daughter-in-law, where is the paddy? Then that daughter-in-law took him to the outside field. In the outside field, he saw a lot of so what do we call it? So yes, a lot of haze. So not hay. So so the the plants, the plants, so which are covered with, which are heavy with, paddy. And finally, she is the one who got the key. You have to be the fourth. So fourth, you should be like the fourth daughter. Just you gain the understand. That's true. But you have to apply it in your day-to-day life. And whenever you apply it into your day-to-day life, what happens is, so your positivity, so in your inner positivity, it develops deeper, it goes deeper. And at the same time, you gain the ability to deal with the things easily. And so because of that, you will be able to maintain and develop inner peace and inner happiness. So just be like, please be like the fourth daughter-in-law. With that message, let's start. So please keep your back straight. neck straight and head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Take another deep breath. Let it go. Take another deep breath. Let it go. Now calm down. Calm down completely. Before we start, first I will pay our respect to the Buddha, respect and gratitude to the Buddha, and then after that, we are going to start today's silent meditation time. Please concentrate. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Itimeso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vijacharana sampanno sugato lokamido Anuttaro purisadang mesarati Satta deva manusanam buddho bhagavati Swakato bhagavata dhammo Sangditingo akaliko Ehi pasiko opanaiko Pachatang veditamo Vinyuhiti Supanipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupatipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Sami panipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Yatinang chattari purisa yugani Atte purisa puggala Ese bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Dakiniyo anjali karaniyo Anutterang punyakitang lokasati Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive, awakened mind, a balanced and equanimous mind. Please start your meditation. If you are a new meditator, please pay your entire attention to your breath. When the breath is coming in, be fully aware that the breath is coming in. If the breath is going out, please be fully aware that the breath is going out. If it is long, if it is short, if it is gross, if it is soft, if it is cold, if it is hot, let it be so. Just keep on being aware. Develop the mind, your attention of the present moment. So keep on concentrating on your breath. The Vipassana meditators, please start observing from the top of your head. So start observing the top of your head and scan the whole head area part by part, pitch by pitch. And then after that, start from your forehead area and part by part, pitch by pitch. Please observe the sensations on your face up to the chin. Whatever the sensations that you encounter, let it be coldness, let it be heat, let it be the touch of the air, or let it be let it be any other sensation, toughness, softness, or heaviness. So let it be any sensation. All those sensations, please remind yourself, are impermanent. They are impermanent. They are changing continuously. Changing continuously. No I, no mind, no mind, my soul. Everything is changing and nothing to crave. They are changing each and every moment. So please start practicing Vipassana meditation. The old students, new students, please keep practicing breathing meditation. Whatever the meditation practice that you do, may your meditation practice become very successful. Very successful. Please start your practice right now. everyone. Please keep the eyes closed. But if you want to change your posture, if your legs are hurting, you can do that. Now we are going to spread our loving kindness. We are going to practice loving kindness meditation in brief. First, let's share our loving kindness with ourselves, with you. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Spread your loving kindness towards yourself. Now let's spread our loving kindness towards our dear parents, relatives, teachers, and friends. Just like me, my dear mother, my dear father, my dear teachers, relatives, and friends. Be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards your parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Now let's spread our loving kindness towards the people in the middle, the neutral people. May all the neutral people also be well, be happy, be peaceful. May all the neutral people be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards them. Now let's spread our loving kindness towards the enemies. First of all, please forgive for the mistakes that they did, and at the same time, ask for forgiveness mentally for the mistakes that you did. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards the enemies. May my enemies be well. May my enemies be happy. May my enemies be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Spread your loving kindness towards the enemies. Now let's spread our loving kindness towards all the beings, not only human beings, animals, and other visible beings, towards all the beings. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be very peaceful. Very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings. All the beings. Now everyone, very calmly and quietly, please open your eyes slowly. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Take another deep breath. Let it go. Let your whole body to relax. Now everyone, please join your palms together. And please say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, hope now you hope the old students they can observe, they can feel, they can sense the sensations and observe them well, and then hope you see they are arising and passing away. If you don't, so um, so if you encounter a lot of blank areas, then as I told you, please move back to your breath. Wait there for 2-3 minutes, and then after that, you can after 2-3 minutes, you can restart again, observing the sensation, right? So that's how you have to do. Then last week I taught you about the first noble truth about all the beings. Today I'm going to teach you about the second noble truth. So in the first noble truth, I taught you that there are certain sufferings that we have to face as beings, not only human beings, all the beings. They have to face, they have to experience these kinds of suffering. What are those sufferings? Number one, so I taught that comfortable sensations and uncomfortable sensations, so they are equally, they are parts of suffering. I taught some kind of suffering which is beyond that. No. Number one, so the cycle of birth, it brings suffering. And because of cycle of birth, so there are certain other sufferings that arise. Sickness is a suffering. All the time, there are so many sicknesses, physical and mental sicknesses that we encounter. There is no moment that we are deprived of them. So even right now, we have, right? Sickness is suffering. Right, Mr. Herbert, can you remember?
Douglas? Yeah.
No, oh, sorry, Mr. Douglas. Yes, can you remember? Sorry about that. Mr. Rupesh, can you remember? Oh, right. Third one, being old, getting old. That is also a universal suffering. All beings have to face. From the amoeba to the Mahabrahma, we all have to face it. And then, so old age, that is also suffering. Becoming old. Nobody can stop it. So you can't say, you can't order the atoms to stop changing, right? They keep on changing, right? So old age, becoming old, that's also suffering. And then number 4,
Death.
death. Death is also brings suffering. So whenever you cling to a certain place, you don't want to go. There will be any birth. You want to stay. You want to live the full life. You want to go. You don't want to live. But you have to live. So when the death comes, it's a suffering for all the beings, right? And then next one, what we wish, it doesn't happen. Something else happens. So that is also suffering. Right. So next one, Mrs. Shanti, can you remember? Yeah. So dealing, even though we wish or not, we have to deal with the 5 aggregates. What are the 5 aggregates? So all the beings, they have these 5 aggregates. The form, then sensations, that means feeling field. So form, feelings, taste is a feeling. Signals, right? Number 4, mental perceptions and consciousness. That's you. So all the beings, they are a combination of these 5 parts, right? So let's say there is a car, we call it a car, but let's take the wheels out. Let's take the steering wheel out. Let's take all the jacks and wires and the tank, the oil tank. So in Tesla, you don't have oil tank in battery. So whatever it is. So let's take all the parts out, doors out. Now, when you check, where is the car? There is not a car. When all those things were together, we called it a car. But when they were apart, we can't call it a car. We are the same. We are a combination of these 5. So each and every time, we have to deal with them. So wherever you run, you can't escape from it. So this is a universal suffering that all beings have to face, right? So whenever you have craving, then this suffering becomes very depressing. So then So these are the suffering. So these, even though somebody is a Buddhist, Hindu, Christian, Muslim, atheist, or agnostic, even though somebody, so one being is ant, one being is an elephant, a human being, or divine being, or so hungry ghost, or so Brahmas, all of them have to go through this suffering. If you live, you have to go through that. And then what is the cause of, so why, even though they do happen, so why, what brings suffering, what is the cause of suffering? Then you have to understand the cause of suffering. Second noble truth is about the cause of suffering. What is the cause of suffering? The craving. The craving is the cause of suffering. What happens when you don't understand about your own nature? You think you ever last. For an example, Bantu Sangam ever last. I think mental. But the thing is, the truth is, my belief is totally far from the reality. And all my five aggregates, they are changing very fast. But until I see it, experience, so through experiential wisdom, if I don't see that, even though philosophically I know this, so I don't have any escape. That's the truth. So to change your whole mind and to join with, so to understand the truth in the deeper level, so to attain the truth, you have to gain the experience, right? So that's where you are heading. So that universal experience of truth with it. But when you don't see that, you develop ignorance. With ignorance, I think I develop strong craving. My soul, my thing. Then whatever happens, so I react. So you are used to react with some kind of a negative emotion. So I can give a sermon. Sometimes we might have philosophical knowledge. So anyone can give, with that philosophical knowledge, somebody can give sermons to the other people. For an example, let's say I have a Rolex watch, right? Let's take a Bay Area example. So I have a Tesla car, you have a Tesla car too, and then one day you are the one who drives your car, and you hit somewhere. There is a huge crack, maybe in the front, maybe at the back. Then you are so depressed. When you go to when you go to the dealer, he or she says, "Oh, for this crack, you have to spend around $10,000." Then your depression, so your distress go double. Then you become so sad. Then what I do is, it's not my car. I start giving a sermon. Everything is changing. Everything is impermanent. See what happened to your car. So since it was impermanent, its nature changed, right? So anyhow, it had the nature to get cracked. It's cracked. What to do? So then, second incident, I drive my car. I hit somewhere, and I get a crack in my car. What happens? I start to cry. I start to feel depression deep within, right? I feel so sad. Then the other person might ask, so when I hit my car and there was a crack on my car, you gave a lot of sermons, but when your car is hit, you feel so depressive and sad. Why is that? So then, what will be the answer? Then at that time, so it was your car which got the crack. This time, my car is the one which got a crack. So that's the truth. So craving, we have a very strong craving. And until I experience so the truth about things within, the truth of changing, the truth of impermanence within, we don't let it go. Even though you experience it for one time, two time, it won't go. So you have to experience it within for a so until you get a very clear vision about it, then all the negativities they start to go. Then automatically you gain the eternal peace, you grow eternal happiness and eternal peace with it, right? So craving. So craving. So when we have craving, so we are not contented with anything. So even right now, we have that discontent. Even right now, we have that discontent. Even though how many positive things that we have, we don't appreciate, right? So, Ajahn Braham in Australia, that Bhante gives a very nice example. That Bhante says, so when someone builds a wall with 100 bricks, you keep one brick not right and 99 bricks right, but you always focus on the 100 brick, which was the only brick which you didn't keep well, keep right. You don't focus about the 99 bricks that you kept well, right? Can you remember the story that I told you about the 99 coins and the happy person? Can you remember? Who can remember? Oh, right. Just to answer, right? In brief, there was one person who was very happy. So the king was so happy too. He wanted to find out that whether there is a person who is happier than him. And finally, the ministers and big scholars, they made a research and they did a research and found out there is one person who is happier than the king. Now, the king's happiness went, he felt very jealous. He wanted to become the happiest person on the land. Then he wanted somehow to make that person unhappy. So he took all his land, and so he separated him from the relatives and did all those things, but still this person is happy. Then finally the king decided somehow there should be a way to make him unhappy. So one minister came with a plan. So he asked from the king 99 gold coins. And the king said, why not 100 gold coins? Why 99? So you can see later on. That was the reply. So the king gave 99 gold coins to that minister. The minister took all those 99 gold coins and so spread those 99 gold coins. So in that so happy person's garden, in various places, he hid them. And then so certain gold coins were visible. Then early morning, so this person, so this happy person came outside and saw gold coin. And he picked one and looked at it and found out it's so beautiful. And then he saw another gold coin. And then gradually he kept on searching for gold coins and found out 99. 99 gold coins. Then he thought, oh, there should be another gold coin, which is missing. There might not be 99 gold coins. For sure, there should be 100 gold coins. I want to find the 100. So this person kept on running after the one. He was digging and digging and digging and turning the whole land upside down to find the 100 gold coin. But it was not there. He lost something which is more worth than all kinds of gold coins. He lost his happiness. He became an unhappy person. And then he became sick because of that mentality. And then so his happiness went. Once again, the king became the happiest. So it is like that. So we are not contented with the things that we have. Buddha once said, even though rains of gems, diamonds, fall into your garden, the craving of people, craving of people with ignorance doesn't end, right? So sometimes certain people, so so take the other people's life for $10, for $20. So there are cases like that. Right? So to gain, thinking that certain people have a lot of money, they do such kind of horrible things to the other people. Finally, when they find out that there are just $10 or $20, precious human life is cost. But when they were doing that, so then they become remorseful. But before they did that action with craving, human being who has a very strong craving can do any kind of wrong act. So until you let go of your craving, that so that possibility is in. Any time you can change. So sometimes the people who look saintly has become has become very dangerous, very different people who are harmful for the society. Because why? Because it's the craving. It can change anybody. So there are three kinds of cravings that we do have. Number one, kama tanha. So this is an ancient Pali word. So in Sanskrit you can say kama trishna. So kama tanha. Kama tanha means the craving for sensual for the things that can bring sensual pleasure. What are things that can bring sensual pleasure? For the eyes, sights. For the ears, sound. For the nose, smell. For the tongue, taste. And for the body, touch. So these are these are called in Buddhist teaching, they are called as panchakamas. Pancha means five. Kamas means the things that can generate sensual desire. Right? And people always want to see new things because they think when they saw something nice, they are not contented. They want to see something more beyond that. Right? So when someone smells something good, they want something beyond that. Right? So I have seen certain people, so buy scent. They buy the same scent, right? Time to time, from the same company. And after a while, they say that the quality of the scent has gone down. But if you are an open, so if you observe it with the open mind, it generates similar kind of scent. But this person says the quality has gone down. Do you know what has happened? That person has been using that for a long time. That person wants more most most good smell than before. But you gain the same kinds of smell because of the similar mixture. So for that person, the quality has gone down. Right? The quality of that thing has gone down. And then, for the sounds, we want more and more and more. So even though we hear one so nice sound, we are not contented, right? So if you go to watch, if you go to hear Spotify, right? Yeah. So let's say you hear one song, you are not contented. You want another one. You want another one. You want another one, right? If you go to YouTube, then that's about seeing two sides too. So then if you go to Facebook or such kind of thing, you keep on scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling to see something nice, right? So so like that. So we are not contented with what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, and what we feel. So even the last moment of your passing away, that stays the same. That's why we are born in another realm. Again, what we do, we keep on searching for the best, for the best sight, for the best sound, for the best smell, for the best experience of smell, for the best experience of taste, for the best experience of pain. Why? We don't understand the reality. So inside things and outside things, and the touch between these two, inside object, outside object, and the touch between these two, all these three things, they keep on changing. They are impermanent all the time. So so we have to understand, even though those outer objects keep on changing, we develop the same set of similar kind of sensation. What is the nature of all the sensations? Arising, staying, and passing. When you realize this, you gain the ability to keep your mind balanced, to keep your mind neutral. Even though so you feel a comfortable sensation when you develop in vipassana meditation, you feel that comfortable sensation far better than a normal person, because you are conscious, right? You are there. Your mind is at the present, so you feel it fully. But when you have the understanding, your mind doesn't change. It stays balanced. And when you feel the uncomfortable feeling, so you don't suffer like the other people. Why? The other people, they want to run away. But you understand, even though this sensation is difficult, right? This is bound to pass. So you take it as in psychology. So it says that 80% of, so in any sickness, so physical pain is 20%. Mental pain is 80%. Right? Mental pain is 80%. Even though you become sick, you won't feel, you feel lesser amount of mental pain, because you accept the reality as it is. Then it's easier for the medications to work too. You heal fast. Right? That's why sometimes nowadays meditation is recommended for patients who have long time sickness. Right? So somehow, so kama tanha means craving to obtain these five experiences. Then bhava tanha means the craving to become again and again and again. That is also a craving that we have. So, so to be born again and again and again, we have a craving. It's deep inside, right? And certain people develop not to be born, a craving not to be born again and again and again. That is also a craving. So what you have to understand is, it's true when someone attains the final stage of enlightenment, so that person is not to be born again. But that person doesn't intentionally does it. So it is a nature. It is a nature in this world. So there are certain kind of natures in this world. For an example, so you take a box of match and you take the surface level of the match, and you make the contact. And when you contact both of them in a certain speed, then the fire comes out. Right? The fire was not in the box of match. So the fire was not in the match. When they got together, it was the nature which created the fire. Like that, there are natures in the world. So nobody should practice the meditation not to be born again. No. So with the craving to be born again, no, not to be born. Right? You have to practice this to come out of your suffering. You are constantly suffering because of the previous things that I taught you, and because of your craving. You have to practice ardently to come out of your suffering. Right? And when you have this craving, so because of these three parts of craving, you suffer. And then so whenever you start to understand that this craving is baseless, you have developed it because of your ignorance about the reality, then what happens? So you start to let go of that craving. For an example, earlier you had this attachment to a comfortable sensation, but whenever you realize that they are changing, right? Then you develop a balanced mind. And anymore, even though you feel comfortable sensations or uncomfortable sensations, you try to stay balanced. Because they are in nature, they are the same. Both of them come to go. Both of them come to go. And they don't belong, they are not your sensation. Since many causes joining together, so you felt that sense. When those causes go away, that sensation also goes away. Right? Let's say you keep, so you wear a comfortable dress. So even the touch, you feel it, the comfort. Touch of the dress, makes you comfortable. Then at that time, if you are wise enough, so you feel the comfort, you feel the comfortable sensation, but you understand until this shirt is with me, the comfortable. So these comfortable sensations are there. When I take it out, they'll go. So when you have a sickness, you feel uncomfortable, but you understand. Then when this sickness is gone, that discomfort is gone. So these kinds of sensations, they come and go throughout the life. So throughout the life, these kinds of sensations, they come, they go. This is the nature. This is the nature of the world. So let me face everything with a balanced mind, with a calm mind. Right, Mr. Douglas? So you develop your experiential wisdom up to that. So when you develop your experiential wisdom up to that level, then whatever it happens around you, you live with inner happiness. There is no one. So there is no one who can break that inner peace, that inner happiness. So work ardently. Try to understand the nature as it is, and try to come out of all the negativity that you have developed inside because of your ignorance about the nature. And finally, try to attain the real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. Work ardently. Work ardently. Now it is time to finish. So whenever I give a teaching, don't think that so I give this teaching for your philosophical entertainment. So these are teachings which Buddha gives, Buddha teaches to understand the life. So, so when you are at the darkness, you can't see anything. So whatever comes across on your way, yeah. So when you hit them, you feel pain. But whenever you have a life, still you are come across them. Since you have the life, you can avoid the contact. These teachings are just like the light. There is darkness is just like the troubles that keep coming all the time. When you have this light, you can avoid them. So throughout this life, you will be able to live comfortably, happy, peacefully. And in the next lives too, so because of that habitual pattern, you'll be able to develop that. And if you could go deeper, you can get rid of all the negativity and attain Nibbana. So don't limit these teachings for a philosophical entertainment. Okay, right. Let's finish. Please think together, all of us practice this non-sectarian meditation technique and accumulated a lot of positive energy. Let's share all this positive energy with all of us. By the power of this positive energy, may all our troubles be over. May all the good things happen in our lives. May we all be able to practice the Dhamma practice, this Dhamma path, this noble meditation practice very ardently. And finally, eradicating all the negativities, developing all the positivities. May all of us attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. With those thoughts, please join your palms together and please consist. Abhivadana silisse nichang vadda pachayino. Chattaro dhamma vaddanti. Ayuvang sukang balang. Ayurarogya sampatti. Sagga sampatti me vachi. Ato nibbana sampatti. Iminate samijjato. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be very peaceful. Sukhi hoto. Good night to everyone. See you in the next Friday. Sukhi. Sukhi. Good night, Jaime.
Good night, Bante. Thank you very much.
Buenas noches, Jaime. Right. Good night, Rahul and Pragati.
Good night, Bante. Thank you so much.
May you be happy. Sukhi ho. Good night, Mr. Hoad.
Good night to you, Bante. Thank you. And thank you to
May you
Jaime.
be happy. Good night, Ms. Meena.
Good night, Bante.